What is up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Black Liners here. Black Line crew is here. I'm here. We're all here. Good to see you guys. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another episode of the Black Line Brief. I'm your host, Matthew McKim, and we're going to have a good show tonight. I got quite a bit of good things to show you. One of which just showed up at the very end. I was trying to find something and I found it. Please, if you can, as you come in, please hit the like and subscribe. It's how you can help this channel. All right. It is the best and only way I want you guys to help. And then if you guys want to do other things, you can go ahead. But it's really the only thing I want or expect and hope you guys can do. All right. You know, we're not really missing anything by tuning in live to the State of the Union, blah, 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 you know. But I do have a really interesting thing to show you guys. If you guys remember from Barron's show last night, this will be very, very short. Barron's show last night when he talked about Erica Kirk and her Bible 365. Remember, they put out a statement saying that Erica Kirk was really, really sick. So sick. So extremely sick. All right. Well, let's see how sick Erica Kirk is as the honored guest for President Trump.
Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States.
Well, one of the things I was trying to do, somebody had mentioned, and I've been trying to do it before, but I don't know, man. I am a little electronically or technically challenged, but trying to get my mouse, my little arrow to be a different color and to be bigger so that you guys can see when I'm like moving it over someone's face. I don't know if you guys can see Miss Erica Kirk right here. Let's see if it shows up on the screen. Or wait, I think I have to go to this to do it. Here she is. Right there. All right. Let's see how sick Erica is. Doesn't look too sick to me. Huh. Oh, there. We got the smiles. She's all grins. Yeah, of course. Well, all right, let's get into what we're going to get into tonight. That was just a little fun thing to start out with. I do want to start here, okay, in addressing. Okay, hold on. Let me set this up for you guys. You guys know what's going on right now, right? Candace Owens, publicly told everybody that she took last week off in preparation for this week, trying to do a full and a deep investigation into Erica Kirk. And we all were hoping to see her yesterday. And then we all found out she's going live tomorrow. We already knew that like Tim Pool, Gary Melton, Ben Shapiro, and so many others, and everyone at TPUSA, Erica Kirk, Andrew Colvett, Josh Hammer, and then so many others. Oh, Graham Allen. How can I forget Graham? We'll look into this, gentlemen. Have been attacking her nonstop, for asking questions, for trying to find out who killed Charlie Kirk, making, she hasn't made any kind of accusation that she thinks anyone actually is the one that killed Charlie. We all have been present for everything. Along the way, Andrew Colvett and Erica Kirk have been lying directly to her and to all of us. We've all caught them, and Mikey McCoy and Frank Turek and Rob McCoy. And we've all caught them. We've watched it sometimes in 4K, these lies all about like the days, weeks, months leading up to September 10th, Charlie's last days, his last 3 days and last day. What was going on in his life prior to the assassination? What was really bothering him and troubling him? What happened on that day? Lots of lies there. And then like everything that's happened since that day. And they're saying because we've noticed the lies and any lie whatsoever coming from this grieving widow and the company that used to be his, in the midst of what's obvious to all of us that, you know, he was changing 100% on his stance on Philly, that these lies simply seem to, in my opinion, and I think many of ours, point directly at them as to what, you know, possibly being involved. Okay. Being involved in what way? We don't know. And Candace has never said like so-and-so did this part or so-and-so pulled the or detonated the device or whatever. None of us have. Barron hasn't. Nobody has actually attacked and said, we think Erica killed Charlie. And we all know that. I mean, Gary's going to make you think that she said that. Nope. Graham Allen is going to claim that she said that. Nope. But what they really want to do is shut down freedom of speech. They want to shut down our freedom of thought, our investigating what really happened. And I think I really do. And I don't mean to talk about this individual too much, but I really do think that is one of the things Jesse on Fire is trying to do. He said it multiple times. And we'll see today, because remember yesterday I was like, Gary's going to say something, and I don't want to let it play too long. I didn't want it to show any graphic stuff, and I really wanted you guys to hear it. It was literally like 5 seconds after I stopped the clip. I was listening, trying to find it today. And I said, of course, if I let it play for 5 more seconds, we all would have heard it. We'll see. Gary, he goes, I have no problem with Jesse on Fire's Charlie Kirk's alive theory. Yeah, we know, because it's a distraction. Because it stops people from actually asking questions, from looking into Erica and TPUSA. It seeks to exonerate them. It seeks to claim that Erica is a daisy, that no one at TPUSA could ever do anything to hurt Charlie. Lies, in my opinion. Okay. We're going to look at some Ben Shapiro stuff. We're going to look at quite a bit of stuff. We're going to look at some Graham Allen stuff. You guys been on X. You guys know what they're literally saying, that Candace is going to get Erica killed. Okay. Zach Costello did a great piece on it today. Literally no one on our side is inciting violence. We don't want anyone to contact anyone. We don't want anyone to hunt anyone down. We don't want anyone to get hurt. We just want answers. We just want honest answers. We just want to know that, like, his wife and his former organization, the country, the FBI, the state of Utah is actually looking into who possibly killed Charlie Kirk. And from all appearances, it's not. They're not. No one is, except us. But they want us to stop. And they claim that we are accusing and inciting violence and, oh, we're going to get so-and-so killed. No, we're not. No, we're not. But they're doing that now. They're claiming this so that in the event some staged, choreographed incident where someone gets hurt, they can say, see, this is what Candace did. And they can deplatform her. They can try to silence her. There's too many of us, and there's too many people waiting in the wings with a channel ready to go. Ain't going to happen. Not going to happen. But, all right, let's see where to start, okay? Oh, I know where we're starting. We're starting here. Oh, that was the other thing. Sorry, guys. Okay. So many things going on in my head today. I apologize. Do you guys remember yesterday when Barron reported on this episode with Andrew Colvett and I forget the guy's name, where we found out how Andrew inserted himself into Charlie's life? And there was this created issue that, because before this, Andrew had reached out, they had met, Charlie was ghosting. He wasn't responding. He wasn't getting back. And then all of a sudden, something happened. And all of a sudden, Charlie needed Andrew. And then the rest is history. This created catastrophe, in my opinion, was staged so that, and it looks like Barron, I'm not going to go into everything that Barron did. Barron did it. If you didn't see it, go look. This lady, who she's related to, everything that happened directly after, she clearly benefited from this event, and Charlie suffered from it. Okay. Charlie's not racist. He's not sexist. He didn't play favorites. He was a meritocracy person. He believed that people earned things and lost things on their merit. Okay. And so this whole thing is BS. But we now know, in my opinion, and I think Barron thinks the same thing, this was used to get them in the door because their attempts to do it naturally didn't work. Charlie didn't need them until this incident. All right, so let's listen real quick, okay? And I got a couple timestamps. We're only going to listen for a little bit, all right? And then we're going to get on to everything else.
Along the way, we started bringing on conservative clients. So ended up, PragerU was one of those clients. We ended up bringing on the Blaze as a client. And at one point, Charlie came across the path of Johnny in Southern Florida at some event and said, "Hey, you should look into this guy. He's young, but I think he's got a lot of energy. You should contact him. Here's his email." So I reached out to him, said, "Hey, would love to talk about maybe working with you." He basically ghosted, for a while, and
he ghosted, guys. He did not want or need them at all.
Eventually he had some news story that he tried to handle on his own that didn't go so well.
Some news story. Does that sound accurate, you guys, from what Barron reported on today? That it was just some news story that didn't go his way? No, it sounded so much worse than that. Yeah. And of course, someone that maybe knew and was part of the planning on creating this staged catastrophe in Charlie's life would know that. And so he'd be downplaying it as some sort of story that didn't go his way.
And kind of blew up. And then he called me, got to work with him via the agency for about a year. And then he basically said, "Hey, I like you. I'll hire you. I'll be your first client. And I also want to start a podcast, and I want you to help me do that."
Yeah. I mean, you help him get out of what sounded like to be a real bind. Yeah, I think, he's going to thank you for that and offer you a job, whether he liked you or not, Andrew. All right, let's go to the next.
Team actively works very hard to make sure that anything.
Oh, this is where it is. Hold on, let me back up. It's right about here.
You were traveling with him a lot.
Yeah.
Or you would go to campuses with him for his tours?
Yeah, no. So I didn't go to all the campus stops. I wasn't there the day he was killed, but and I'm truly grateful for that, actually, because I'm so glad I didn't see it. I saw the video in the immediate aftermath because I wanted to know if he could survive. And
I saw the video, and
I mean, that's weird too, but I mean, that's not any point that I want to make. But I mean, hearing him say that multiple times, I wanted to know if he could survive. I mean, weren't you talking with the doctor? Weren't you talking with Erica? You didn't really actually have to watch it to find out if he was going to survive, Andrew. You were on the inside team. You didn't have to watch it at all.
Immediately regretted seeing it.
Yeah, truly. And, the whole team actively works very hard to make sure that anything we share with Erica, because she has not seen the video, and she never wants to see it. And I want to make sure that I do my part to make sure she doesn't.
Really? That's interesting. Let's see Mr. Benji. Let's see what Mr. Benji has to say. I don't think it's going to square. If they lie about the littlest minute things and they do it so that they can gain more sympathy, they can galvanize this nuclear energy that Tucker talked about in the immediate aftermath of Charlie's assassination in order to manipulate us to accept Erica. It's not a mistake. It's not an accident. It's deliberate. It's evil. It's disgusting. And what do you know? Andrew's over there saying she's never seen it. she doesn't want to see it, and that the whole team makes sure that she never has to see it. What does Ben say? Headlining the Amfest event, right? Okay, this is after the Amfest event. Okay, all right. Let's see what he has to say.
Evil Candace Owens has now released a trailer for her new series attacking Erica Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk. We'll prepare for President Trump's State of the Union address, and we're going to analyze the top global box office at Wuthering Heights and explore what its perversity actually means for our civilization. But first, everyone knows what the legacy media is going to look like tonight. It'll be somewhat depressing, somewhat dramatic. Caitlin Collins will be a little outraged, but President Trump is going to be making his State of the Union, and you can hang out with us instead. We have our very own State of the Union watch party. It kicks off, hosted by moi. I need to take a breath here, because what I'm about to discuss is significantly more serious and truly troubling. Candace Owens, as you may have heard me refer at the top of the show, is an evil, twisted human being.
Oh.
Now, the reason I say that today is because Candace has spent the last several months attacking the widow of Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk. It took her just a few days after Charlie's sick murder in order to start casting aspersions at Turning Point USA.
He loves saying that. He said that at Amfest too. Casting dispersions. And you know what, Ben? Nobody's attacking Erica. I mean, do we need to pull up the, Webster's dictionary definition for attacking? Asking questions? Asking for you guys to send her directly alibis, answering things that are not matching up to the day's events, and continually catching you guys in lies and then saying, like, that's a lie. Why do you lie? You lie to cover up what really happened. I don't know. I think that's a major mischaracterization. None of us have watched Candace attack Erica, and none of us, and I'm not for attacking Erica, but we're allowed. She chose this public life. She didn't have to do it. And just because she can wave the widow card doesn't get her out of criticism. And in fact, he says days after. Do you remember how long Candace went before she even talked about Erica? It was months. Do you guys remember? People would send her emails. Why aren't you talking about Erica? Why aren't you talking about Erica? And she said, I'm not going to do it right now. She didn't do it for months. Candace gave her more than a couple days. It wasn't a couple days later, months. So he's mischaracterizing that as well, as if that immediately she just started out of nowhere attacking Erica. No, it was really after lies were caught by others and pointed out and sent to her, and then very, very bizarre behavior. In 4K, we saw all her appearances and everything that she chose to do. And so that's when Candace started pointing things out. Okay.
People who work there all the way up to the highest levels, up to and including Erica Kirk. She was doing that very, very quickly, and she's been doing it for months. I mean, truly for months. I mean, yesterday, she came out with something that she had announced she was doing, which is a series. This is a trailer for a series, a teaser trailer that is titled Bride of Charlie, which is supposedly now an expose on the evil, nefarious, predatory nature of Erica Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk, who again was shot in the neck, not by some sort of vast conspiracy involving French intelligence and Egyptian airplanes, but by a trans-loving gay man who is a furry.
How do you know that, Ben? You know that? You know that. None of us know that. There's no real evidence for that, dude, at all.
That is the actual story. And because Candace Owens is either going through the throes of mental illness, or because she is a sick human being, or both, she has decided that she is going to turn her fire on the widow.
You guys want to do a tally marker? How many times does he say the widow, the widow, the widow? She's also a CEO. She's also a very public and powerful individual. She's literally the honored guest of the president at the State of the Union. Okay. She's not above any kind of criticism. We're allowed to question people in power, public figures, in power. We're allowed to question them, especially when someone was just given the most powerful political organizations in the country.
Don't believe me? I know. Listen, there are a lot of people who listen to Candace. She has a huge audience. This is what she does. This is who she is. She is a conspiratorial, evil person, because that's who would do something like this. A conspiratorial, evil.
So then we're all conspiratorial, evil people. Because no. And I mean, like, you guys, he totally plays into the card, the bitter ex. He's not bitter at all, right? That she left him and has done a million times better and has outpaced his show and his reach and his audience. No one bought her views, Ben. No one paid for her success, Benji.
Person. Now, the only reason that I'm playing this trailer is so you understand the extent of the evil that Candace Owens is perpetrating here. Because obviously I do not wish to promote her propagandistic horror that she is now pushing on a grieving widow with small children. The entire
grieving widow. Okay, she's not grieving. I don't think we saw her grieve at all. Widow again. And now he has to say with small children, like just playing all the cards, Okay, Ben, we get it. You want us to pity her and give her you want us to give her sympathy and you want us to back off. Sorry, that train has left. We did that initially. Train is not coming back to the station, bud.
Entire purpose of this is so you understand what Candace Owens is and what she is doing. I have to show you this thing so you understand that I'm not exaggerating, that I'm not making it up, that the thing that I'm saying is a thing Candace is doing, because otherwise it would be kind of unbelievable. I get this all the time with regard to Candace. I get it with regard to other personalities too, but what happened to her? Does she really mean this stuff? Does she mean the kind of stuff that she says? Take her at her word. Here is what she is doing. Here is the trailer for her hot garbage fire of nonsense conspiracy mongering defecation.
Okay.
Here is the trailer she just released for her series of attacks. It's going to be an entire series of attacks on Erica.
Of attacks, not an investigation. So no facts are going to come out, guys. He's getting ahead of this so that anything and anyone that gets implicated in this investigation, it's just attacks, baseless, defecation, attacks. Okay. Yeah. We're not listening to you, Ben.
Kirk again. She's been retailing and implying and basically saying out loud a lot of this stuff on her show for months. 4 months. People cannot claim that they were ignorant that this was happening. They know it was happening, and they let it go. We'll get to them in a moment. But here is the trailer that she released yesterday.
And we all saw it. It's amazing. I'm not going to play it because it'll take up too much time. But what I want to get to is, I mean, what a great thumbnail.
So that's what Candace Owens has been spending her days doing. And millions of people, of course, have been watching her as she's been doing this. Apparently, she is calling Erica Kirk. She has been calling Erica Kirk a lesbian pedophile grooming a 15-year-old.
You guys remember Candace saying that? I've never heard Candace say that. We've never said that. And I mean, these wild mischaracterizations of what we've actually seen and heard and what we've said and seen Candace and Barron say. Like, okay, so we can't notice that she clearly had some sort of inappropriate relationship with a 15-year-old when she was 25. We can't point that out. If we point anything out, we're attacking a widow who has little children, who, I mean, it seems like you care more about her little children than she does. And that we're calling her a lesbian, whatever. No, we've just said that it was a very inappropriate relationship with a child. Okay, that's it.
She is suggesting, of course, she has been suggesting for a while that TPUSA was complicit, if not in the murder of Charlie Kirk, then in the cover-up of the murder of.
I mean, that is the first accurate thing you've said, that they most likely and maybe, in our opinion, look to be complicit in the murder, in the commission of the crime, and possibly also, or if not, or just in the cover-up. We don't know. We don't know yet. We're still in the investigation phase, Ben. You might have heard of it. I know you don't do it, but hey, we'll show you how it's done. Take notes, buddy.
Charlie Kirk. This is the stuff that Candace Owens has been doing, because Candace Owens is a true vampire when it comes to conservatism and the conservative movement. She finds prominent people and then she grifts off of them, and then she does more grifting off of them, and then she grifts them until she's done grifting them. Then she moves on to the next thing she can grift off of. Truly sick, truly evil. You lack for words. There is a biblical injunction for those of us who actually care about the Bible. There's a biblical injunction in Exodus 22. You ought not to oppress any widow or orphan. Now, the reason that I focus in on this is because, aside from the fact that Candace drives huge numbers through slandering people, truly slandering them. And yes, Erica Kirk absolutely should sue the living hell out of Candace Owens for this sort of stuff. The reason I bring this up is because there's been a wide and vast silence by people who should have spoken out about this months and months and months ago. In fact, some of us were calling this out from the stage of TPU.
Man, I think I watched a different one. Okay, so the clip I was looking for, holy smokes, I did want to show you guys this anyway, the beginning part, not too much of Ben, because I mean, I think it's the other clip that came out shortly after the September 10th. And it's him saying that Erica Kirk watched it, that she watched her husband get assassinated. Yeah, I think this is it. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I thought I had already pulled it, but I've watched so many different things, you guys. Sometimes it's just nuts to. Let's see if it's right. Yeah, I think it's right here.
Shattered everyone was Erica Kirk's speech. Now, I've only had the privilege of knowing Erica for a very short time. Actually, I only met her after Charlie was murdered. She's an amazing person. I mean, truly a strong, amazing person. One of the things that I found out is that when she gave the speech that she gave initially after Charlie's death, just a couple of days after his death, she actually did that live, which is unthinkable.
Oh, we watched this the other night. I don't know where it is. All right, I'm not going to put us through watching too much of this this character. Let's go back here to the next timestamp. I'll just be honest, okay? So Andrew Colvett says she hasn't seen it. They make sure that she hasn't seen it. They're not going to let her see it. She doesn't want to see it. And then, you know, of course, Benji is out there saying that for sympathy and playing a bigger card, like she watched him get assassinated. She saw it. And he's not the only one. I mean, who was it that said, can you guys imagine? Who was it, man? Either Gary. I mean, okay, I don't know who it was, but someone was like, can you imagine what it would be like to be in your home, to get a text or to read a tweet that your husband has been assassinated, or to have to see it when you're in your home? She wasn't in her home. She was supposedly in the hospital, or she was with Tracy Hartman. I don't know. We can't figure it out. She's been unaccounted for 3 days, 8th, 9th, and 10th. We have no clue. It's like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world is Erica Kirk? We don't know. She is missing. All right, let me get to the next timestamp that I have for you guys. Okay, give me right there.
Really famous now.
If you don't mind, can you just say something about what the day itself was like for you?
Yeah. Well,
it can be brief.
Yeah, I know. It's so the day before, actually, I had booked an interview for him that he was not super pleased that I booked for him, but there was a good reason for doing it. But he was like, you know what? I'm tired now. And
that is the interview with Ben Shapiro, you know, Mr. Caterpillar eyebrows. I wonder what could the good reason for doing it have been? Obviously, Charlie didn't think there was a good reason for doing it. He didn't want to do it. He was unhappy with you, Andrew, that you did it. What's the good reason? Why can't you just say the good reason? If the good reason exists, tell us. Tell us the good reason. So what's happening right now on X and in other places is a full-on assault, a coordinated assault on Candace Owens for investigating Erica Kirk. Much like when she reported on the Egyptian planes, all out attack. When she reported on Fort Huachuca, all out attack. And they all got the same talking points. It's very, very coordinated. Okay. Graham Allen is leading the charge. Very interesting. Okay. Zach Costello pointed out this email on X. He thinks it's fake. He typed it in. But nonetheless, what is not fake, whether this email is fake or not, which it says, this isn't journalism, it's pure evil. Yeah, you guys can see it. Okay, let me make it big for you guys. I don't know if you guys have seen Zach Costello. Go over to his page, like, subscribe, watch his episode from today. It's very good. Talking about shut down Candace's latest smear. Action needed tonight. This isn't journalism. It's pure evil, demonic slander against a widow still in mourning. She's not in mourning, guys. She's at the State of the Union. She's not raising her kids. She's running a company. The best event ever. We're going to do this great museum for Charlie. We sold 60,000 in hat sales. Oh, we got so many new donors and people signed up to register to vote. She's not mourning. Stop lying. These people are disgusting. A widow still in mourning, dragging Charlie's name and legacy through the mud for clicks and clout. That's literally what they're doing. We've seen her pattern before, but this time it's personal, it's vicious, and it has to stop. Here's the talking points, guys. Use these verbatim or close variations. Candace Owens is evil, pure evil. This is demonic, straight up satanic level attack on a widow and her kids. Interesting. That sounds exactly what Ben just said. So even if this email is not real, which Zach, I think, was being safe and saying he thinks it's not real, what the contents of it are: Candace is a demon, obsessed with destroying Charlie's family. How can any real Christian stay silent? That's what Graham is saying, guys. Like, we're going to watch his in a second. Like, pay attention to these words and then remember what Ben said, and then we'll see what Graham has to say. How can Christians stay silent while she attacks Erica Kirk like this? She's not asking questions. She's conducting a witch hunt. No. She's literally asking questions. She's literally taking a week off to do investigations to find true information. Here's the thing, guys. Oh, man. Why does it do this? Oh, because I went to, goodness gracious. Can you guys hear me in the chat still? I'm going to have to refresh the page for whatever bogus reason. It says that my browser got lost. Don't worry. Just stay here for a second, okay? Talk about frustrating. I don't know why it does this, man. It's just me trying to get to the bottom of this. Can everyone still hear me? Yes, we can hear you. Okay. Can you see me still? Yeah, I'm back on. All right. Let's see. All right. Oh, I got to add it to the stage again. I got to start from scratch. And it's home. There it is. Boom. Boom. All right. It better not mess up this time. Okay. All right. So I'll read it from here. So hopefully I don't have to click back and forth. Right. She's not asking questions. She's conducting a witch hunt. No, she's literally doing an investigation. And here's what I was going to point out. If she was actually conducting a witch hunt with no actual proof, they would have sued her. They would have sent her a cease and desist letter. They would have taken her to court for defamation. That's what Graham says they hope TPUSA and Erica does. That's what Ben says that he hopes she does. Well, a couple things. They're not dumb. Number one, she's not made any actual claim that she can't back up with evidence. Number one. Number two, if they sue her, it opens them up to discovery, and it gives her a direct line to look inside the computers, the books of TPUSA. They're not that dumb. So they're not going to do that because they have stuff to hide, and because she actually hasn't made any false, baseless claim. That's it. Okay. So I'm not going to pull that one back up. Let me pull this one up, and let's hope that nothing happens. Okay. All right. Let's go here first.
Megyn Kelly, where the crap are you? Megyn Kelly, hello. Megan, how can you stand by and do this? How can you stand by and say nothing? You said that we only really are criticizing Candace Owens because of her thoughts about Israel, and you're not going to comment about that. Okay, she's fixing to launch an investigative documentary into Erica Kirk. She is in.
What's wrong with an investigative documentary, guys? Investigative documentary, not an attack, not a witch hunt. She's investigating. And if Erica has nothing to hide, and if TPUSA has nothing to hide, then what's the issue? Why can't we look into who seemingly has gained the most, who was the closest in any kind of murder investigation? Means, motive, opportunity. Most motive is financial power. Okay. There's been quite a number of people that were losing money because of Charlie's decisions and the direction he was taking TPUSA. And they were only going to lose more donors, lose more money, more influence, and it was going to wreck the reputation of this pro-Philadelphian organization. Okay. People like Andrew and others said that they personally lost millions of dollars because of decisions Charlie was making. Okay. People gained by his exit. And we have every right to look into them. And then we have a foreign government who was getting hurt a lot here publicly because of things Charlie was talking about and things he was looking into, and Candace and Megan and Tucker. But they got one of the biggest ones out of the way. And you know what? Barron pointed out tonight, Charlie wouldn't have been given this opportunity if it wasn't for Philly. And if it wasn't for all of those pro Philadelphian individuals here. And so, yeah, I think the people had this unspoken understanding that, hello, this is who gave you your start. This is where the money has been coming from this whole time. And as long as you played ball and you waved the flag and you clapped for us and you cheered us and you were our biggest supporter, the money, the spigot kept open. The flood of money kept flowing in. But the moment you started to change, that's when they started to tighten the noose. That's when things started to change. They warned him. They threatened him. They tried to bribe him. They couldn't blackmail him because Charlie wouldn't do anything that you could blackmail him for. So there was only one other possibility, guys. And they took that, in my opinion. And now look what they're all doing.
Endangering Erica Kirk and her children's lives more. What is this thing on?
I mean,
also,
no one's really listening to you. We are, okay, but no one's endangering her children's life. If anything, but Erica, she could retreat from the public life. She could choose to recede into motherhood, parenthood. She could also, Zach made a good point tonight, you guys, and I'm not taking this from him. I'm telling you, Zach said this. I agree with it. I've just never said it publicly. If Erica, the moment she came on the scene at TPUSA, said the truth about the people that were attacking Charlie, putting pressure on him, pulling the money, if she would have came out and just actually spoken directly to that reality and said that she wasn't going to stand for it and they could take their money and fly, and she's done with Philly and she's done being a pro-Philly person and da-da-da-da, literally a lot of our suspicion would have gone elsewhere. But the fact that she didn't, the fact that she doubled and tripled down on her support for Philly, the fact that she's lied and said there was no threats, he was not afraid, there was no texts, there was no issue, there was no turning from the pro-Philadelphian cause. And in fact, we're more pro-Philly than ever before. Yeah, that is one of the main reasons why we're so suspicious of this. That is, I think, one of the main reasons. And then we're looking into everything else But whoever advised them on, they should, man, if they wanted to get away with this, what they should have done was initially do what Charlie was doing. Like, just do that for a time. And then slowly through back channels, undo all of that. I don't agree with that. That's completely dishonest and disgusting. But it would have diverted our attention and our suspicion elsewhere temporarily. It would have given more time for them to do a better job covering things up. Maybe they would have had time to put poor Tyler away, but they didn't because they don't care and they're brazen. Yeah. And I'm telling you, that's what made everything laser focused for us. And I'm glad they thought that their stranglehold on power and control was just so great that what could all these people do? What are they going to do? They can't do anything.
To all the, quote, friends of Charlie Kirk that still remain silent, for anyone not bound by the investigation, because there are some, they're part of the murder trial or they're named in it and they can't say anything. There's a lot of you who aren't. In fact, the vast majority of you aren't. And you were never a friend to Charlie. In fact, you rode his coattails to become popular so you could make money. And now you're so afraid of losing your money, your credibility, your views, your self, indulging need for a dopamine hit of seeing somebody hit the like button.
Oh my God, I just figured it out, guys. Okay, so first off, all of his veins are popping out on his neck. Look at his eyes. Oh my goodness. I see Erica Kirk in those eyes. Okay, I'm not going to stoop to the same thing that was on that email. Like, they're demonic. I think they're demonic. Oh my gosh. I can't not say it. I mean, I know it's one of their talking points, but holy smokes. Can we not just point out what clearly is weirdly satanic? Like, the thing that they're saying they're going to attack Candace for. Like, we've said this the whole time. Like, they've done this freaking false dialectic. They accuse you, whoever you are, whether it's Candace or Baron or whomever, for the thing itself that they're doing. No, you're doing it. No. You're doing it. No, you're doing it. Whoa. I mean, the level of that's just so gnarly to think about. They're doing it themselves, acting like they're not, and then attacking Candace and all of us and saying, we're the ones. We're satanic. We're demonic. She is. She's crazy. Oh, she's off her meds. She needs to be admitted to an asylum. Okay. I mean, the eyes don't lie, ladies and gentlemen. The eyes don't lie.
And a view roll over in your account on YouTube that you won't say a dang thing about the person that Charlie chose to be number 2 in his life behind God. And for those of you that are finally starting to speak up.
Do you really think that Charlie wasn't changing his mind on that decision? I mean, are we really forced to believe that someone, even like Charlie, can't make a mistake, or that someone might be so good on the individual level, like when she was alone with him, to convince him of how much she loved him and what a Christian woman she was, and that she was going to be a stay-at-home mom and take care of the kids. She clearly convinced him of that. But then when they started to really, you guys know this, right? They say in a marriage, if you can make it past the 5-year mark, you can probably make it much further. But that first 5 years, especially okay, think about this, guys. They didn't know each other for a long time. Okay. And that was one of the biggest criticisms of a lot of people when my wife and I got married, how quickly we moved from dating, engagement to marriage. And yeah, there was a lot of things we didn't know about one another. And we found out in marriage. And man, does it pull back the curtains and the magnifying glass, right? Like you're living with each other. You find out all the different things. And sometimes it's not like some people find out things that they're not willing to overlook. I'm so glad that we both had Christ and we both had we truly loved each other, that we were willing to work on anything, and nothing was so big that we weren't willing to help each other, support each other, love each other through that process. And we had kids. That was a whole nother level that Charlie and Erica did as well. But I think some of the things Charlie was finding out towards the end, those aren't little things. Those are major things. Those are major character flaws. Those are major foundational, I don't know that she could change those things. I think that Charlie finding out these things, he's going to be like, no, this changes everything. And if she was unwilling to support him and to stick by him and to stand by him and say, you know what, we don't need all this money. We don't need the support from Philly and all of these donors. Let's go. Let it go. We'll make a new one. They can have it. We'll start a new one. It's you that people love. It's you that people want. And if she couldn't do that for him, yeah, I'd say that he'd be done. I don't know that. I think that we're going to find out more with this investigation that Candace is doing into Erica, and Barron's clearly alluded to major issues in the marriage. Slept in a different room the night before, took off his wedding ring, took a shower, got dressed in the middle of the night, and left without saying goodbye, without kissing her and saying, I love you. Erica said that. Erica said that herself. She didn't get to kiss him goodbye. She had to text him. He was already gone. I think that's not a minor thing. I think that's a sign of something much bigger. All right, let's continue with this character, because he says something here that's fascinating.
Maybe we should investigate Candace's life and her rise to fame. Very checkered past. Maybe we should look at her husband. Also very checkered past. Well, I wonder how squeaky clean her employees are.
Notice that he's just making statements, okay? He's not actually then showing any kind of receipts or evidence for these claims. Every time Candace or Barron or anyone has made a statement that they say is a fact, they have the receipts, okay? These individuals like Ben and Gary and Graham, they're just saying things. They're just saying words, and most people are sadly easily taken astray by them, and they're not asking for the receipts. Well, newsflash, spoiler alert, no receipts. Just baseless accusations and attacks, and an incitement for his Christian friends, Charlie's friends, and all of the people that follow him to literally go on the offensive and attack Candace, not physically, but in other ways, right? Like to attack the channel, it's crazy.
That'll be interesting to find out. I wonder about her Scientologist donors.
Okay, there's one, and it is that John Mappin guy that I showed you, the British guy that was that did that interview that we watched the other week. Yeah, he's a Scientologist. Okay. What does that mean? He can't be a good person. So all Scientologists are evil? No, I don't agree with Scientology completely. I mean, I know way too much. We can go into Scientology a whole nother time. We can deep dive that. But does that mean he just on that statement alone, that means he's a bad person? No. In fact, from everything I've watched of him, he seems like a genuinely good person. And some people go into certain religions because they believe that religion can help better their life. And he's sadly mistaken, obviously, but that doesn't mean anything bad about him. That's like saying all Jewish people, because they believe in a God that we do not believe in, We do not believe in the same God. They believe that with Jesus Christ, a false prophet and teacher, a criminal who's in Genom, boiling in excrement, and that we are idol worshipers. They do not believe in the Trinity, all right? They don't believe in the triune God. They don't believe that our God, the Father, is the same as theirs. They don't. Not at all. They believe we're sadly led astray by this lunatic named Jesus Christ. That's why they get so mad when we say Christ is king. Okay? So what? So that means every Jewish person is bad? No. On merit, on what they say and what they do. That's what makes someone bad, not their religion, not their ethnicity, what they do, what they say. That's how we can judge a person, by their fruits or lack thereof, or a dying, withering tree that bears nothing, or something that poisons the soil itself. That's what Charlie was about. That's what I'm about. Just because he says something like, oh, because he's in Scientology, we need to look into her donors. We need to look into her employees. Man, yeah, you're going to find someone anywhere that might have a checkered past, right? Even Blake Bednards, that's what that one guy tried to do with him and he admitted to it. He did bad things when he was younger. We all did. No one. We all are sinners and fall short of the glory of God. We all need a savior. We can't do it on our own. What are you talking about? Do you know your audience? You're supposedly a Christian. You're saying that we can't follow anyone if they don't have perfect, blemishless past? You don't need a savior, Graham? You don't have anything in your past you wish you could change? Ask for forgiveness for? That doesn't mean Candace is bad. It doesn't mean all the donors in her life are bad. I don't know what Graham believes. I really don't. He got up there with Gary and that other dude, said Proverbs 68:5. No one corrected him. He didn't correct himself. Gary didn't correct it. It is so obvious to any Christian of any length of time. There's never been, never will be 68 books in the book of Proverbs. How can you let that come out of your mouth and immediately know, sorry, I misspoke. Psalm 68:5. He read it off a page and still didn't correct it. That's not small. That's a big thing to me. That's a big mix-up. So, yeah, this guy, man. We'll continue.
That she has. That'll be interesting to find out about. Maybe we do an investigative series into Candace. I wonder how much she and her British Lord husband and his family would love that.
Do it, dude. They're all public figures. They know the cost of being a public figure. What, because her husband is British and because his family are lords and he comes from a pretty well affluent family in England, that means that he's evil and that there's evil things in his family's past. And there might be bad things, but I mean, don't we all have people in our families that we don't co-sign the things they did? But that's also blood libel. We can't take her husband at the merits and character that he has done, the things that he has said. What, the moment we start looking back into people's generational past and say like, oh, they're evil because of their grandparents and their parents. And that's never been the accusation that Candace or Barron or anyone has had on Erica Kirk because of her mom. We've never said that Erica is bad because her mom is bad. We've said Erica's mom clearly has deep military ties, government ties. There's been weird things with this Romanian Angels, government contracts, DOD relationships. And because of that, we look at how Erica started her companies and where Erica came from. But ultimately, we're judging Erica on her own fruits or lack thereof. That's not what Graham is asking. He's asking people to do a hit piece, a smear campaign, and a witch hunt. And he's saying that it's going to be an investigation. And it's not. We're done with Graham. That's it on Graham. All right. Let's move on to the next. All right. I'm going to start here, actually, because then I'm going to play something. So one of the things that Gary would have you believe, okay, he's going, and I'll make a correction on something, okay, because somebody was going nuts in the comments the other day because of a mistake I made, and I'll fix it right here. It doesn't mean I'm ignorant. It doesn't mean I'm stupid. Okay. I've never shot one of these weapons. Hold on. Let's see. I need the schematics of it. Hold on. Let me see the one. Wait, I saved it. Where did I save it? Ugh, goodness. All right. Let's see if it'll pull it up without me having to dig much deeper. Well, here we go. This will do. This isn't the exact same one, but this is going to show you where. Okay, I'll share a couple images. So we'll look here. All right. And let me share this and let me make sure I'm sharing it. All right. All right. So this is a much newer rifle. All right. But what you can see here is it's a bolt action. I made an incorrect statement. I said that the 30-06, the Mauser, was a single shot in talking about the charging documents and that they said that they found other bullets there. And I was like, where did they find other bullets? Okay, there is a clip inside of the Mauser and it goes underneath, right? And so it holds a total of 5 rounds. It holds 4 in the chamber, 1 in the actual rifle itself. Yeah, and so that was a mistake I made because I was like, where are these other rounds hanging around? Like here, let's see this one. Okay. And it would look something like that, right? And it loads in the bottom there. Okay. That's it. There's the mistake. I corrected it, okay? I have no problem correcting anytime I make a mistake. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. Okay. Just because I was in the Marine Corps doesn't mean I've shot every single weapon in the world. No. I've definitely never held a 1900, 30-06 Mauser. Okay. Anyway, so there is a possibility that there was multiple bullets in the rifle that had these engravings on them, and that when they found, whatever. Okay. So like, even if there were, all the other things about the indictment and the charging documents and this rifle appeared. Okay. Do you guys remember Making a Murderer? Do you guys remember that series? I followed it religiously. Okay. In fact, I've always been fascinated with corruption. And at a time I wanted to be a lawyer and, fight appeals and try to get wrongfully convicted people out of prison. I do 100% wholeheartedly believe that, oh my God, Stephen Avery and his nephew were wrongfully convicted of that crime. Okay. And I think that whole series shows you how deep corruption can go with local police, local DAs, judges, and the FBI and the crime scene investigation and DNA evidence. And it can all be fabricated. It could all be forced, all to force a conviction on an innocent man. I think time and time again, it's been proven to happen all over the United States. It's not like this isn't like a real thing that's happened. We can point to it. And so we can have real caution that they might do that exact same thing. And so Gary's going to have you believe that, like, oh my God, it's such a grand conspiracy. That would mean like the crime lab, the FBI and local law enforcement and the judge and the attorneys, they'd all have to be in on it. Hey, bro, it's happened before. It's happened many times before. Okay. Don't act like this is the first time anything like this has ever happened. Okay. And so even if this rifle was there and these bullets were in there, how did it get there? How come all the other searches for this rifle showed nothing? How come they showed a picture of the wrong rifle, said it's the right rifle? How come they said that that's the rifle that the parents saw and said that's my grandfather's rifle? Oh, that's how I'm identifying that my son might be the murderer, because of that rifle. Wasn't it? The black rifle? That's not Grandpappy's rifle. Okay. How did it get there? How come the bomb sniffing dogs and the local police, the FBI, they found nothing? Four sweeps. And then all of a sudden FBI does a sweep. We found nothing, but hey, you two with less than a year, you guys go over there. Look right there. Oh my God, we found it. Oh my goodness. Okay. We found it. The whole thing is set up on really, really suspicious evidence, or none or no evidence. And the evidence that they claim, the DNA evidence on the rifle, on the trigger, on the screwdriver that initially was reported but then was taken off the charging documents, has 5 people's different DNA on it, but they won't tell you that. And so, yeah, even if I made a mistake about this gun and the possibility that there's, it had the capacity to have other rounds in it, okay, how did it get there? How did it get there? When did it get there? Why haven't we seen a picture of it? Why are we being told that the parents saw that thing, the same picture we saw, and that they knew? And the picture of the kid in the stairwell, oh, that's our son. That's our son. No. All right. There we go. Let's get into this. Let's listen to Gary.
And his shirt blows backwards. And take a look again, and you see the way that his body reacts. Boom. Right? It gets hit right there.
What's interesting, he doesn't get hit right there. Okay. Like, do we need to go back a second? And it is, you guys, I think it's not by accident. Gary, this episode was Monday. Okay. Gary is showing a Jesse on fire video and using it for his own video, for his own narrative of events, and to prove his point. It's not an accident. He could have picked 1 million people. Lots of people have different videos and commentary on this. He picked Jesse's. I wonder why. You'll find out in a second. Okay. The other thing, he's going to have you believe that because he was in the military and whatever he did, that it's like widely accepted amongst all military members that it's totally plausible that this crazy kid, this gay furry kid with a 30-06 at 130 something yards, took this shot, one shot, 30-06, hit him in the neck, and that bullets do weird things. Okay. I'm going to show you a Navy SEAL and a SAS top tier sniper. Not going to say that. And in fact, Mike Ritland is going to say everyone he's had on, snipers in the FBI, all of the people he's had on, none of them, they all say, no, he didn't die from a 30-06 rifle. He didn't die from a bullet. That's not what happened. They all believe something else is happening there. And I'm going to play that. But first, I'm going to show you this liar that's going to try to use his own, experience, his card. I was in the military. That means you got to believe me because I know more than most civilians. I'm telling you. And there's so many of me, all of us in the military, we all agree. They don't, we don't. It's not true.
And then there you go. The shiver goes up. To me, this appears to indicate that he was shot from the front here.
All right. So just so we're clear on this too, Jesse on fire, as far as I understand, and if I'm misinterpreting or mischaracterizing what he currently believes, I will apologize right now. That's not my intention. As far as I understand, what he's now putting out is the fact that he believes that Charlie Kirk is still alive. So he's moved from that. I don't have a problem with that. Now,
did you hear that, guys? Gary Melton, one of the biggest disinformation artists on that side, that has been the biggest Candace Owens attacker, is saying he has no problem with this Charlie is alive theory. Why? Why? That is a red flag that should send alarm bells off everywhere. If Gary is okay with this theory, there's a problem here, guys. This is a problem, and everyone should send this to Jesse, and he should have a problem to his subscribers should be telling him this is an issue. Gary thinks this is totally fine because you know what it does? It takes the heat off of TPUSA. And Jesse himself has said this time and time again. My job is to get Candace and everyone else to stop attacking Erica, stop attacking TPUSA, stop investigating, stop looking into it. That's one. And number two, it's to exonerate TPUSA and Erica and everyone there, that none of them could ever do anything that's evil. They could never kill Charlie. Those are his two motives for doing these episodes. That is not okay, you guys. He's free to do whatever he wants, but it is a distraction. It is intentionally getting people to tap out. Charlie's alive. We don't need to look into anything. This is all BS. Charlie's part of it. It's a psyop. We can all move on. Let's all move on. Gary knows this helps him. Jesse is helping TPUSA, Erica Kirk, Gary, Valhalla. He's helping them by doing this. That's my opinion, but it is helping them. And that right there is a motive, and you should ask yourself why. It's not a good motive. It's not an innocent one. Not at all.
A lot of other people are going back to this exploding mic theory. We have a lot of people pushing this. Everybody from Baron Coleman, obviously, Blake Bednar's, John Bray is kind of, I don't know. He's kind of refined.
If any of you want to make clips, make a clip tonight of him saying he's totally okay with Jesse on Fire's theory that Charlie's alive. And we'll get some other clips. And then I'm going to show you Mike Ritland and his SAS top tier sniper say the complete opposite. He's going to completely contradict everything Gary is trying to tell you is fact. And that everyone in the military community or special forces community is in agreement with him. And he's a liar. And I'll show you in a minute.
This entire theory, I recommend that you go listen to all of those things and listen to it for yourself and figure out if you believe that any of that makes sense. But what I can tell you, folks, is the reason from a physics standpoint this doesn't make sense is because from the front, we see nothing happening with this device.
That's not true. That's not true at all. He's showing this angle because he's on YouTube. He can't show the front angle because of what we end up seeing. I mean, he could blur it out, but the initial, so two different cameras are capturing this. One's a 60 frame per second. One's a 30. The 30 frame is offset, so it captures something that the 60 frame doesn't. It captures the back of the shirt moves first. He's not hit when that shirt moves. The shirt moves before he's hit by anything. Okay, we all saw that. Go on X, rewatch it. What you didn't see, we saw from the front image that the front of the shirt moves first, and it moves up on his left side. What we didn't see was actually that some sort of gas, okay, something moves his shirt in the back first. It happens so fast. He's going to make you think that it's the expansion of Charlie's neck and chest. Charlie hadn't even moved yet. He hadn't been struck by anything. That's the first thing that moves. And then he's saying that we don't see any movement on the device. That's not true. Okay, there's a magnet, there's the front clip and the back clip. What happens, and what John Bray clearly points out, and Trigger Smart and Baron Coleman and many, many smart people have watched this, and they've come to a similar conclusion. And Mike Ritland and this SAS guy both say they actually believe the exploding mic. They believe that it has to be something like that, not a bullet. They don't believe it's a bullet at all. Okay. It moves, but the magnetic clasp and the one behind it stay where it's at. But the rest of the piece, the bigger piece of the mic, the circuit board or the battery, I don't know, the whole, go watch John Bray on Trigger Sport. He knows the terminology. That's what moves, and it's under the shirt, so you're not going to see it. And that's what lifts the shirt. What else could lift the shirt? Something hard, a physical piece lifts it. And then when it comes down, then you see the wound. Okay.
Now, going back to either which of these theories that you're going to buy into, whether this is exploding or we're saying that this is some sort of shape charge that projects a some sort of projectile toward Charlie Kirk.
No one's he this is what they do, you guys. They mischaracterize our argument. No one said that the shape charge projected a projectile. The accident, okay, because what was supposed to happen didn't happen. Okay. So what happened that day was an accident that they couldn't really account for. They practiced, they tried it many times, but what happened that day was something totally different. That's when they had to pivot with this. And that's why we saw the behavior that we saw that day with them on the ground with Charlie all looked bizarre because it wasn't supposed to happen that way. And then that's when the whole Andrew Colvett thing and the Superman neck and the whole debacle of the 30-06 bullet, the no exit wound, all of that was not the intentional plan. Okay. But when the mic did explode and the shape charge went off, a piece of it, a shrapnel, a piece of it caught him in the neck. That wasn't the intended result. They were going for something different. They were hoping, in my opinion, what John Bray and others said, that it was supposed to mimic a 30-06 shot to the torso.
Neck and hits him in the neck. So it's sitting over here somewhere and hits him over here.
It's not somewhere. Yes, it's on that side. Okay, it's on his right side. And then the explosion, and because it was put on sideways, crooked, and it didn't sit flush, it was supposed to separate with the first explosion. Shape charge is supposed to propel it back through him. Okay, it separates, and then the part that's under the shirt that you can't see moves under and across, which lifts up the shirt. When the shirt goes down, that's where the wound is.
But yet we see all that energy transfer rearward.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. I can go back for a second. No, we didn't. That's not what happened, Gary. Oh, man. Hold on. I accidentally moved. There we go. Go back up there. All right. Okay, let me show you right. Wait, where am I at? Because I don't want to lose my spot. 1813. Right. Oh, man. I really don't want to get dinged. Okay. What you can go back and watch is Charlie actually kind of goes like this. He kind of goes up in his seat. The explosion kind of takes him up. He doesn't go back. Okay. He goes up and then over. Okay. Like up and over. All right. That's what happens. So again, he's just mischaracterizing on purpose.
That doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense whatsoever.
Right. Because you're
And
lying.
on top of this, no matter what, this is being held on with this pretty weak magnet. All right. So just so we're clear, this is essentially what we have. We got a t-shirt. We got the device right there. And this is holding this into place. And long after the shot goes off, it is still in place. It is still holding. This is a very weak magnet. So if we had equal and opposite reaction, so if it was actually shooting something, whether it
wasn't shooting anything. No one has ever claimed that it was shooting anything. Okay. But it is very possible with how the shape charge was created that all the force with the shape charge, it's like a rocket. It's going to shoot in one direction. It's not going to blast out in a radial direction. Okay. So it's not like if the shape charge is supposed to push it through him this way, it's not going to really damage anything on the backside. And it's very likely that the magnetic part on the outside of the shirt and the magnetic part on the inside of the shirt stayed intact. Okay. But it's on where the battery is and the bigger part of this whole mic, which is on the inside touching his skin, it shoots that way. The shape charge was exploding and going into Charlie. Okay. So very possible and likely that's why that part, the magnetic little clip part and what's on the inside, just the magnetic part stayed together. But the rest of it, and that's why why aren't they talking about all this black plastic that we see flying? We see all this black plastic in slow motion flying and falling from the inside of the canopy. It gets shoot up and then it comes down. And then why is there all this black plastic inside of the SUV? Why? No one's explaining that. Why did this plant get blown up? No one's explaining that. Why did the SUV get destroyed? No one's explaining that. It gets sold, it gets cleaned, and it gets sold. No one's explaining that. I said sold twice. Sorry. It gets taken, it gets cleaned before they really do anything with it to look into it. And then it gets sold. Why did the crime scene get paved over within a week? No one's explaining that. Okay. I emailed this guy today. I put a comment in his comment section. Debate me, dude. Let's do it. You believe on it? Let's go. Let's go, Gary. I know someone personally that's already reached out to you. You responded to them. He asked you to debate him. You agreed. And he's been trying to contact you to set it up and you've ghosted him. Why? You're so confident, Gary.
CO2, which still, in my mind, doesn't generate enough force to actually
No one said it was CO2. Nope. I think they said it was cyclonite.
kill a person. Or if we're talking about some sort of shape charge or anything else, there are no burn marks. There is no tearing of the shirt whatsoever.
It's not a radial blast. It's not going to blow out in that direction, Gary. All the force, everything was generating into him. Okay. And no one's seen him. None of us have been allowed to see his neck, to see the autopsy, to see his skin. But there is evidence from the images that we've seen, okay, that Barron has shown. It did look like there is some singeing on his arms, discoloration to his hands, whether that was from an electrocution or from the explosion itself. There's different marks and what looked to be little pieces of black plastic on his arms. It's not blood. Some people think that he was shocked with a taser at the end to finish him off. It's possible. It's very possible. All right. I don't need to do too much, I'm going to show you guys this. Let's listen to a really stand-up guy, a Navy SEAL, interviewing a top-notch SAS, which is like their version of the Navy SEALs, sniper. Let's hear what these two have to say about this. And I'm going to make it big for you guys. Let's listen. Mike Ritland, go like and subscribe. Honest guy, good guy. I don't know him personally, but I watch his stuff all the time. Now, this is a military special operations guy I can get behind. And listen to this.
Yes. Have you tracked at all with like the Charlie Kirk shooting and like from a sniper's perspective, any big holes or kind of, I'm curious even how it's represented over there, if it's something that's talked about a lot or if it's not, or.
Yeah, it certainly was when it first happened. Yeah, I've been asked about it on a podcast before, whether I thought it was a trained shot or not. The answer is I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it was a trained shot. I don't know, but it could have been. I don't know.
By that, do you mean that there's a much deeper conspiracy, the exploding microphone or some other, it wasn't an actual sniper shot? Is that what you're alluding to? Or?
Yeah. I think a sniper shot, I don't know. Very close for a sniper shot.
Well, what's fascinating to me is that, you know, you're one of very few people that behind glass has taken that exact same shot. Right. And saw the aftermath real time, 100% knew you did it. So I guess I would ask, from what you saw in the video of the Charlie Kirk assassination, did that match up with at all what you saw when you dropped that guy?
No.
What were the differences?
There was a lot more mess when what I saw. A lot more mess. And yeah, it just seemed so clean and surgical. I don't know. I just struggle with the idea that was a sniper that took that shot. Yeah. I don't believe it. I think there's some. Yeah, I think there's more sort of. It's a slippy road to go down there, the conspiracy one, but it's possibly. Yeah. I know if I was
I'm going to keep playing it. He's being so careful with what he's saying, but clearly he's saying he doesn't believe that it was a bullet, it was a shot, it was a sniper, it was a kid, it was a trained sniper. He believes a different mechanism of death caused that wound and killed Charlie.
No, absolutely no.
Taking a step
Let's take that back. Let's rewind that.
Yeah.
If a sniper was to make that shot, it would be between the eyes or in the mouth, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess the one thing, I mean, obviously he wasn't. This is taking for granted or making the assumption that rifle was used and that young man pulled the trigger. Obviously his level of training, which there wasn't much, is nowhere near, you know, what yours is. So there's of course going to be a bit of a apples and oranges comparison there. But you know, to me, the burning question for I think a lot of people, whether it's you or other, you know, I've had FBI snipers, special operations snipers on here giving their kind of, you know, commentary on it, and it seems to be a recurring theme is that all of you guys tend to gravitate towards the same conclusion, is that it something seems off, you know, which I think is important to consider. I mean, when you're talking to guys who have taken that shot in a real world environment a number of times, all tend to gravitate towards the same conclusion that this doesn't line up. You know, like to me, that's
seem right.
Yeah, I mean that should be considered at a minimum. You know.
Yeah.
You know,
I suppose. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem that the movement of the body. You know, without going into too much, but it just doesn't seem right when a round hits someone, especially where you know there.
Well, and that was close too, but compared to all of your shots, you're talking a fraction of the distance. Now, granted, the round wasn't quite as nasty as the one that you used, but it was plenty nasty.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, that's it. Yeah, you thought there'd be more repercussion in the body.
Yeah, and the velocity at that distance is going to be more comparable to the velocity that you're hitting somebody with at a fucking mile away. You know, so
yeah, that's it. Yeah, you know, like our rounds were flying at something like 1,280 feet per second or something like that. It was ridiculous. You know?
I would think they would be like 3 times that. I mean, even a 5.56 is running 3,500 feet per second. I mean, it's screaming. Now, granted, it's a smaller round, but I would bet that you're
didn't I, not meters?
Yeah, feet. Yeah, meters. Yeah, meters would be about the same. Yeah, if it's 1,200 meters per second, I mean that's hauling ass, you know. So,
hey, just so we know, I was the only sniper that had to use a calculator.
That's the good news.
True story.
Yeah. Do you keep in touch with any of your sniper buddies?
That's the other part that should be clipped tonight and shared across different platforms. This Navy SEAL, this honest guy who also had a former Delta sniper on, all of them agree. Number one, it's not faked. They don't believe that it was faked. They don't believe the official story. They don't believe it was a bullet. And they clearly believe a different mechanism of death caused his injuries, and can explain the response that we see in Charlie's body. And they definitely think something more in lines with the exploding mic theory. And you heard it directly from them. So that's the show I got for you tonight. Let's hang out. Please, if you want me to read some super chats, you can get them in and I'll get to them. Let me see what we have. Zamet 1969. Please read Trump's Truth Social announcement on September 10th. Seems very sus. All right, we'll Google it. I don't have Truth Social, but I'll just type that in. Let's see. Well, this is on X. Hold on. I'm having to do this like in the moment, you guys. So let me see. Meeting day was fought. He of Project 125 fame to determine which of many different. No. Where's Truth Social? I know nothing about. Are you talking about Project 2025, Zamet? What's this one? Wait, the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youths in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me. And now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. But I mean, that's on X. I don't know where the Truth Social. I mean, you could put it in the I don't. Then that one's like all blurry. I can't even read what that one says. Zamet, maybe post it or write it in the comments. I don't have Truth Social. I don't know. I didn't see that. It's not coming up when I type it in. But thank you so much for your super. I mean, that was a very generous super. Let me see if I can find it. Man, these are all what Truth details the museums throughout. That doesn't have anything to do with, and I typed in the actual date and everything. Man. Yeah, it's not. Well, let's see. Let me do this mode, AI mode. Let's see. Trump's Truth Social announcement. Okay, confirmation of death. Trump officially announced that Kirk, 31, had been fatally shot earlier that day while speaking at an American Comeback Tour event at Utah Valley University. In his post, Trump described Kirk as a great and even legendary, stating that no one understood or had the heart. Oh, so I did read it. That's his Truth Social post. Why does it say it was on X? National Trump subsequently issued a presidential action ordering all U.S. flags to be flown at half staff until sunset on September 14th, 2025, to honor Kirk's memory. And then following the initial post, Trump released a 4-minute video statement. Oh, on Truth. That's what it is. Oh, okay. So it is a video. Let me go to videos. That's October. I wonder if it's not going to pull it up unless you have Truth Social. It's not. Let me go back here. Is that a click to it? But I might lose. I don't want to lose the stream. Let's see if I click on it. Video address, the White House. Let's see. That's not it. NPR. Nope. Wait, Trump post video statement after. All right, this might be it. I don't know. Hold on.
To my great fellow Americans.
This might be it. I don't remember, but we can definitely see what is said. Yeah, this says Truth Social. This must be it. It's a 4-minute. All right, let's listen.
I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by.
Is this it, you guys? Is this the one? Can you guys give me thumbs up or yes, this is it? I said, is this it? Is this the one? Zamet, is this it? Everyone thinks this is AI. Why does everyone think this is AI? Or just a couple people think it's AI? He sounds extremely old and low energy now. Yeah. Okay, this is it. All right, I'll keep playing it. I don't think it's AI, guys.
Youth.
But all right.
Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith. And we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the 2 young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense on campuses, nation.
No, I don't think this is AI. I'm going to keep playing it, but I'm also I do think I'm going to keep playing it. Just give me a second, okay? I received an email. It went out to all content creators, not just me. But it said that they've updated their like policies on like repetitive and non-original content. And so I think it is possible that when I was playing Tucker's video, because I would play it for longer periods of time than Ian was playing, right? Because we were going to watch the whole thing, but I was going to stop and play throughout. The moment, I think maybe they have like a set time that if it plays uninterrupted for a certain amount of time, then it gets dinged. And they claim that, you're not. Yeah, they don't want people to just play other people's content full form. You can't be monetized. You can even get multiple strikes and lose your channel. So yeah, that is an AI. I've sent it when he came on after CK was. I've sent it. What do you mean? It came on after CK died. I remember it. Yeah. It's not AI. Someone is saying it's AI, but I don't think it's AI. But let's keep going. I'm look at all the little movements of his body. AI does a really bad job with hands, fingers, and the little details. AI isn't there yet, and you can really tell AI by its unnatural movements. And I don't pick up anything that's sticking out to me as not genuinely authentic video.
Nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it.
All right, this is long, you guys. I can't just play this uninterrupted the whole time. All right. I mean, you guys want to laugh? You guys want to laugh? Let's okay, I haven't watched this yet. Some of the things AdFleet plays isn't appropriate. So has anyone seen this yet? Is it appropriate? Is it not? I like AdFleet, but they had a video the other day. I watched it and I was like, oh no, this is I can't watch this. I can't play this. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking to make sure everything's okay. You guys want to see it? Yes, please. You want to see it? Speaking about, don't know what AdFleet is. AdFleet is a channel on YouTube, and they make hilarious videos, AI videos. Okay, but awesome. I can't. Okay, let's see if it gets inappropriate. I'll pause it.
Did that just drop a trailer about me? Hello? Yes, I saw it. Well, what am I supposed to do about it, Stacy? She can't be controlled. I am on my way. If anyone asks, you're sick, okay? This isn't fair. You guys promised I would be treated like royalty, not be exposed.
Well, sweetie, this is what you get for grooming children and killing your husband. Consequences.
Okay, fine. Just hurry up.
Pack a bag, only the essentials. The Macron said Paris is a good place for PDFs to lay low.
Paris? I love Paris. I have been waiting to go on a shopping spree with all that money that was raised for me. But what about my kids?
Be serious, Erica.
You're right. Them kids.
Oh. I don't condone baby fit.
But what about Charlie's dog?
I had him put down this morning. No more worrying about that shedding machine.
Oh, thank God. I hated that mutt.
So hurry up, pack a bag. We can ship your kids off to the grandparents and we can have a carpet munching time in Paris.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, man, I don't want anyone to be mad at me. So I have no idea what else is going to be said. Wait, is everyone okay with this? I don't know. Can you guys respond quickly and say you want to finish it? Is anyone offended by this? Are you guys still, dude? Anyone watch State of the Union? Not live. Wait, yes, you want to keep watching it? Okay, go on. Ha, boo, trouble. Wait, boo. I paused it. Keep going. Okay, finish. All right. Okay. All right. Took a second.
Leave me alone and go play with some picture frames.
Kids driving you nuts?
You have no idea. Being a mom is annoying.
Being a handler is annoying, yet here we are, sweetie.
Can I invite Tracy? It's not weird that my best friend is a much older woman.
I can't stand Tracy. Don't invite that Botox.
Fine, just get here.
Okay, pulling in now. Get packing. Now, when we get to the airport, I need you to be on your best behavior. Okay, but watch this real quick. Erica, no, don't. You are so bad, Erica.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness, guys.
My name is Ryan, and I am part of the clan, of the clue variety. Catch my drift? Yeah, I'm a racist, and I am entitled to that opinion because Candace is a dumb nit.
I'm just glad to not be the one taking all the hits for Erica now.
I'll take all the attacks because I am not a cow.
Okay, so the first one was Gary Melton, and this is supposed to be Graham Allen. So Gary Melton, yeah, and then this is Graham Allen.
Now let me bend over and offer myself as the office mattress. My favorite lover is Tyler.
Candace has classic conspiracy psychosis, and I have the authority to say that because I just spit words out at you that make me seem smart.
Why is it weird that Erica is my bestie? I've been grooming her since she was young.
Elizabeth just got invited to go to Paris with Erica and Stacy, so now I get to dress how I want for a couple weeks. Dare I say I look fabulous?
Yes, I am aware Mikey is wearing a crop top. No, I do not care. Paris!
I guess if I am being honest, Andrew is a better cuddler, but Mikey is a better lover. But I am not gay.
That's Tyler Boyer.
315 pounds. Why do you ask? Do you think I am lying? Who cares about Redacted Jeff or Charlie Kirk? We just won the game, boys! Hi, I just stopped by for a handful of mints from my little angel. Where is she at?
That's Brian Hartwell.
Angel! So what if I had betrayed Charlie and made his life miserable until he was murdered? Candace is still the evil one for questioning the narrative. And hating Jews. Do I hate Gentiles? Well, yes. Those goyim are all subservient to me and my kind. Obviously. Candace Owens is evil. And
wait, was that guy supposed to be Seth Dillon? I think it was Seth Dillon. And obviously this is Benji.
I am going to back that up by pulling at your Christian heartstrings as a Jew who doesn't believe in Christ. We should be protecting our widows, no matter if they ordered the hit or not. Doesn't matter. Anything Candace does is wrong.
Guess who's back? Hey, midget theater boy. Christ is king.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, that was worth it. Was it worth it? Oh my gosh, I'm crying. Whew. I mean, we all need to laugh because some of this is just so diabolical and so disgusting and evil and sad. That we all, well, first of all, we all need communities like this where we know that we're not alone, we're not crazy, we all see the same thing, and we're not even like all conspiring like, hey, let's get our theory straight. It's like we're all watching something and then we say something and everyone else is like, exactly, that's exactly what I was thinking. That should tell you something. We're not crazy. We all see the same thing. All right, let me go to the super chats. Play Fleet's new vid. I just did. I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Great minds think alike, Julia. Right. That came out 53 minutes ago. So that was it. Watch Boach Ballin by Fleet if anyone hasn't yet. Yeah, Coach Collins one. Yeah. Let's see. It is 8:45. We've been on for an hour and 41 minutes. You guys are so amazing. The mods are amazing. Give it up for Bree Baby. Give it up for Mystic. And give it up for Jim Bear. And let's see. Let's see if who was it that let's see. I want to read something. Let me get here. Hold on. Let me see. Where is it? I just wanted to let you know that I'm so grateful for you and your drive for truth. Listening to you on YouTube has been such a blessing. I really hope you continue to podcast. I enjoy it so much. As long as you are on, you have my membership. You have no idea how excited I was to hear you say my name online and for you to say it correctly. So, yeah, I'll see you on a live next show. God bless you and your family. Stay safe. Thank you for your service. This community is amazing. We're all here for each other. And yeah, Glenn Coco's here. What up, Glenn Coco? Who else? Desiree H. Cynthia Lucas Moore. Hi. Earl's daughter, Alcatru. Who else we got? Lead me to the bliss. Amanda Barry 2948. Who else we got? American Lynn. Julia Pierce. Yes. Let me see. Did I miss one? Nope. We got all those super chats in. All right, you guys. Time for me to go do my evening routine. Go eat, go shower, get ready for bed. Get up and do it all tomorrow. Tomorrow's hump day. We're halfway through the week, right? We're almost there. Oh, you guys, I have an exciting announcement. I think it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. I will be doing a collab with someone that I think most of us know. And if not, it's okay. It's a really good individual with a good channel. And I'm excited for this. I've been speaking with him for a couple of weeks, trying to get it nailed down. I'll let you guys know as soon as I know when it's happening. I'll put a thumbnail in and the title and everything. But yeah, so that's going to be great. And yeah, we're going to have a good show the rest of the week, each day. Tomorrow. Oh yeah, tomorrow. Oh, whoa. So I have things lined up for tomorrow, but you know what? The script's got to be thrown out, depending on what Candace comes out with and depending on what Gary and all those individuals attacking her do. Tomorrow's going to be intense. And there's no doubt they tried to do everything they could over the weekend, yesterday and today, to get everyone to really shut her down and shut us all down. It's not going to happen, though. And so we'll see what comes out on Candace. And, we're all going to talk about it tomorrow. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for all your love and support. This community is amazing. Blackline crew all the way. God bless you guys. Have a great night. I hope you guys get good sleep. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless.